I've never actually done this before. I've never gone live on Twitter before. I'm learning a lot of new ways to deal with how my brain works, and so this is going to be one of those, and I'm just going to start putting this stuff out there for you guys. Let's start at the start. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pat Radigan. I'm the only person who works with Footy at 5280. I would normally say, hey, I'm the publisher and founder of Footy at 5280. I'm the guy who's running the ones and twos, but no, it's a project that I created when I got out to Colorado. I moved here about 5 years ago now. This is my 5th year as a transplant in the great state of Colorado. I covered Nebraska sports for over a decade. I went to every sport. I went to hundreds of events a year. It was wonderful. But what I realized is that instead of doing things the proper way, instead of dealing with a lot of issues that I had in a professional sense, and with the way the sports media works, with the way the media in general works, with the way the journalism world works, I just decided to kind of run away and hide from it all. That me not pursuing sports media anymore was mostly just because I was tired of dealing with things that I wasn't addressing. I was tired of dealing with internal stresses. I was tired of dealing with just a lot of things that I think a lot of everyday people struggle with in this world that we've constructed for ourselves. But when I got here, when I got to see MLS, when I got to actually get involved with footy, with the Rapids, I thought, you know what, here's my chance. As the press corps, tried to kind of address some of those things, as we tried to dive into that, as the roster turned around, as Hudson was fired, as they hired a new coach, we didn't really ever get a chance to address a lot of those issues, to ask a lot of those hard questions, to look at the organization. Connor Casey showed up, Robin Fraser showed up. The success they had in 2021, they turned that into a contract and extension, to talking about where the state of the franchise is going, all these different things. Well, now we're back to kind of where we started. I have struggled to create content, to put out consistently things. I started with a website this year. I had it. I never promoted it because I didn't like the WordPress install, because I'm a weird perfectionist in a lot of those different ways. And so all of those issues are with me, and I get that. And I understand that content is a huge part of this, and I should have been doing more content. So I know this is scattered. I know this is all over the place, but rather than me getting more internally fired up about just kind of how some things are playing out, about some of the things that I'm trying to navigate here, I just wanted to make content, to do something, even if it's a rambling, half personal life, half here's what I'm doing. If my access, if my ability to cover certain things, to do certain stuff depends on just me clicking live on a lot of things, then I'll do that. Then if that's what it's going to take, I'm going to start doing a lot more of things that I know I need to do. As we have this discourse around what MLS media should look like, as we have this discord around how MLS teams should be working with the media, how we can develop the media. Like the person on Twitter who started all the discourse commented to me today, the system doesn't support a paid press. And that's correct. The way that we do, like the MLS is structured completely differently from other leagues in the way that it doesn't give access to certain people in certain increments, that it's much more of a come as you are, reach out, you do it, you take all these different things, which makes it harder for a consistent press. I'm going to start doing my best to be consistent. I'm going to start doing my best to be consistent with coverage, to be consistent on Substack, to be consistent on YouTube, to be consistent on Instagram. It's been too long coming for this, and it's time for me to start pushing myself to do different things, to provide different coverage, and to really show people all of the different e-publications, the different video features, the different interactive type content that I've been sizing up, because I've been waiting for a perfect moment, and I don't think that's going to come. Watched any of this, if you've made it through any of these rambles, I appreciate you. I say a bunch of stupid things that I don't need. I ramble a little bit too much. I share a little too many personal details. But in the end, I eventually get to something that I can cut together, something that I can put together. So if you don't already follow us on Instagram, Footy5280. That's where this video is going to wind up. It'll also wind up on Twitter. But until then, I'll see you guys later.